Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing another art journal page, and I shared the left page of this spread already. I think about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. And there is already something on my page, and I've adhered some rice papers or old tea bags. I'm not sure at this stage because, as always, my screen when I edit the video is very small and I cannot remember if I have adhered the rice paper or an old tea bag, but that doesn't matter. It's quite similar. And here I'm going on top with the Derwent XL Blocks. I have covered the whole collage with, I have made the whole collage with clear gesso, so I have a nice surface to work on. I wanted to create a page that goes nicely with the one on the left, and that's the reason why I'm picking greens and blues again, so I have a cohesive look. I really enjoy playing with these Derwent XL blocks. I used them quite a lot recently. I used them in my art journal and also a lot in my sketchbook. Well, let's say a lot. When I mean a lot, I'm creating a mixed media sketchbook drawing, and then I sometimes pick the XL blocks to create some background texture or to just lay down a big area of color. So yeah. I think this is so much pigment and color that I will never have to rebuy them. I'm working with the sap green, and this should be the dark indigo, or is it the Paynes gray? I will have a look at it. Hopefully it's still readable which color it is. Well, maybe it will be on the packaging. And then I will write the names of the colors in the description. There you will also find all the products I'm using linked up, and a link to my blog where you can have a look at the close-up images of the finished spread. I'm using a mop brush to apply the color, and the turquoise I've used here is a Neocolor crayon. I can't tell you which exact color it is. It might be the malachite green, but I have a big set of Neocolors here, and so I think I have almost every color. I do not know which one I exactly pick, and with the Neocolors I think it's quite hard because the paper gets damaged quite quickly, and often you cannot read the color name anymore. And I'm really curious, often when I order a replacement, that sometimes I'm not picking the right color because I don't have the names anymore, and I have to look online which exact color that was. Here I'm making some marks with the Derwent Inktense pencil, and I just scribble into the wet background and make some marks here and there. I really love this technique to create texture and bring interest on a page. What I love about the Inktense blocks is that they are quite granulating, so when you use them with a lot of water and the pigment can swim in water, then it will create a really lovely, interesting texture. I'm using a little fern brush together with the, let's say it's Paynes gray, with the Paynes gray to make some splatters. And by making splatters into the wet background, you can create also some really interesting textures. And another way of creating texture would be sandpaper like this. Mine is a little bit old and I don't use it often, so there's also some dust on. And you can just rub the Derwent Inktense pencil or that XL block or any other water soluble crayon or more a pencil. I think the Neocolor would not work, and that will bring off some pigment and give you some really interesting texture. I hope that you can see it. I think that I also need some white splatters just to lighten it up a bit and make it a bit more vibrant and yeah, contrasting. And I am using the Art Graph tailor shape in white to make the splatters. And as always, I will link it up in the video description. I use it all the time. I think if you were interested in this product, you've already searched for it or got it, as I'm using it quite a lot recently. It's my favorite. It makes super white opaque splatters. I love to draw with it. I use it for my sketching practice. It's the best way to draw on top of everything. Yeah. I will let this dry now completely, and then I will come back and finish the page. I decided to go on top with the stencil that I've used also on the other side, on the left spread. It's our Sketchy Leaves number 5 stencil, and I want to bring it in with some white acrylic paint, and I'm using a makeup brush, and I'm just carefully color in or press in that sponge. Did I say makeup brush? It's a makeup sponge. I try not to overload the sponge with paint so it does not run under the stencil. And I really like to bring in some white to this spread as it turned quite dark with the colors. I was not sure if I would like to add a third leaf to the right. At this stage, I would say no, it's enough, but I think I'm going to add it anyway. It's often that I edit a video and then I have a view on the page and I would decide some things differently. Yeah, but it's also not a thing. I still like the page as it is, and maybe in real life when I have it in front of me, it looks better this way. So yeah, I'm thinking about adding in even more leaves. Seems I'm doing it. Sometimes I record a video and then it's on my phone for about 4 weeks, or sometimes it's longer, and then I can't remember what I did on this page. Yes, this has to dry, of course. In the meantime, I'm going through my collage fodder elements to see if I find anything as a focal image. And that was, I remember, that was a bit of a hard decision to make. If I want to put a leaf there, and in case, which one. I really like these because of the colors. They are almost perfect for this spread. but I think I'm going through some of the others as well, just to see if there is something that works better and that doesn't work. I think that looks so weird and off. I would never put that on the page. I thought about picking something with yellow, as there is a lot yellow on the left page, and I always can add a bit yellow to the background. Also, I don't like that orangish color. That's even more awful. I really love these collage for the pockets. I think I told you this in one of my last videos, because it's so nice to have these organized, and in this way they do not break or tear or whatever. And it's also a very beautiful storage for them. And there is a tutorial on how I made these on our shop blog. It's a photo tutorial, so if you are interested, just jump over. I will put a link in the video description, or maybe in the top right corner info cards. I'm going in with a little bit of yellow, just to grab that yellow from the left side, and I use a Neocolor for that, and I'm just blending it in with my fingers. Whilst this was drying, I went through my stash of pre-stamped images, and I found this little birdie, and I thought, because of that the other page has a bird on it, it would be nice to give this a bird as well. And I'm using the same colors that I've used for the other bird to color in on this one, so they are cohesive. And I believe it was the cadmium orange from Derwent Inktense and the iron blue. I always try to color in things quickly, because when I try to make it super perfect, it always turns out to be not perfect, and I like it quickly and messy. But I often see so beautiful colored in images on Instagram, and I'm really surprised how someone can color in so perfectly. And for me, sometimes things will go well, and then I will do a step and ruin everything. So I never invest a lot of time in coloring in images, especially when I've already cut them out. I'm going to place the birdie on the page. I'm putting it in front of the leaves that I've stenciled, but I still feel that the left side is a bit empty and that there is something missing, but I was not sure what I want to put there. And I think about using a stamp, just stamping maybe a flower to this corner or some other mixed media stuff. And in the end, I'm deciding to use our Mix Sentiment 4 stamp set and just bring in some background texture. And I thought I will try something new. I'm wetting the stamp, and now I go over with the XL block. It's water soluble, so I now have some of this color on the stamp, and it gives you a watercolory effect. And once it's dry, I think it looks quite nice. But yeah, I was not sure if this was the right decision for the page. Well, it's not bad, but in the end, I would have preferred using just a normal stamping ink. But as I said, once it's dry, I think it was not as bad as it looked to me when it was wet. I'm now going through my elements again because I thought the white might be a bit too white on the background, and I thought about bringing in that leaf with the yellow and the greenish color. I'm experimenting a bit. That's my favorite process, when a page is almost done and I can play around with it a little bit, make some marks here and there, or arrange some elements. I'm going back to the collage leaves I have just to see if I find something that fits everything a little bit better. I was something missing on this page and I wasn't sure what it was. I think that is a really nice leaf, the blue and the green one. They are so perfect for this spread. And I also feel the birdie pops up more from them compared to just the white stenciled leaves. Happy with the page, or if I still feel there is something missing. And I went through the leaves again and I found this fern leaf from the same stencil, and it has the same colors. So I decided to put it on the left side because there it was so empty that I wanted to put something there, but I didn't know what. And then I found this leaf, and I'm now going to bring in a sentiment or title for the page, and I will put this at the same area where I've put it on my left page. And I think I will also do some handwritten words. And again, I'm using Posca pens and a pencil to create that sentiment. It's not easy to write over a mixed media background. Sometimes the color is too light, sometimes it's too dark. Sometimes your pencil or pen will not work over the material you're working on. And I wanted to write just the words "be free," and I thought in white it's not visible enough, and then I'm going in with that orange pencil, and I think in the end I'm going to go in with a black Posca pen. I'm filling in the letters with the white Posca pen. And what I also have to do is I have to adhere that leaf. I will definitely use it. I really like how it works in the composition. And I also really like how the pages look together. Yes, and that's my page today. I hope you enjoyed this video and you are inspired, and I wish you a lovely and wonderful weekend. Bye.